I think about the mind state of the music that we see the 19-year-olds today gravitate to. And I think about your son being 19 and what kind of guy he must be. I can't imagine he's too far, a chip off the old block. I can't imagine he's that far away from you. But where did the divide come from, do you think? There's such a huge divide, it seems, between 80s babies and 90s babies. It's just so nuts that we go back and forth about the quality of music. Vince Staples had his statement about the 90s, and where do you think we even got that far away from each other?
Some of it is miseducation. You know what I mean? Nobody sat you down and let you hear it. Nobody put you up on it. You know what I mean? You might have been young when some of that music came out, so you wasn't able to hear it at that time. But now with with all of the digital technology, you can go back and hear. You can go back to the beginning of hip hop and sit down and absorb and get all of that, go through all the eras, not even just the 90s. You could go far back as you want. But my son, fortunately, like you said, he's definitely a chip off the old block, so he was able to. One thing I used to do when I switch or get a new laptop, I would leave the music, though. I'd take all of the important stuff out or, whatever I needed. But I would leave all of my whole library and tell him to listen to it. You know what I mean? Then probably after I did that with 2 computers, I would start hearing him in his room playing his son $500,000 and playing him all kind of stuff that I would be playing him when he was really one not to listen at first. But then me just pushing it on him and telling him, yo, you got to give this stuff a listen. He started absorbing it, and he became like, he don't got all of that other weirdness in him. So much. He got some of it in him because he's born in the times, but you know what I mean? So he became a good listener, and so that's why I mess with him like that, or I would stay away from that also. But he was able to obtain a good ear and good radio sense of, sonicness of good music. So that's why I do that. But I think that's where the gap came in from, either a lot of the kids was too young, so they hear a lot of people talking about the 90s, and they feel like they're getting cluttered with it. Or some of them just don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Which I always think is kind of sad. They don't have that issue in the rock world. When they're in rock, they want to know, they know the name of the drummer, they know when they switch bass players, 60, 70
all of that, they get all the way into it.
Right next to a 16-year-old, they know everything from the, you know what I mean? And when it comes to us, it's like you get close to 40 and they want to usher you out the door, and you don't seem to have that problem, though.
Nah, it's because I still look young.
Don't look old enough to have a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Nah.
Unless we're counting dog years or something.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, he just turned 19 on the 17th. But
salute, but I can't see.
But nah. That's because I look good. Juices for life. We got 3 juice bars. You know that. 2 in the Bronx, 1 in Yonkers. Make sure you stop by.
Can you get one in Brooklyn, though?
We're working on that. It's coming in the near future. We looking at the spot and all of that. Nah, that's coming soon. Sooner than later. 1 is coming in BK.
Yeah, that train is crazy to go get some juice.
Yeah, nah.
I need you to
I
bring
got
it a
you.
little closer to the Barclays.
We got you.
All right.
And another thing that, like, to bounce off what you were just saying about the young kids in rock, how there's no gap really in rock. Hip hop is the only genre of music that they break down demographically into sections, like East Coast rap, down South and West Coast. You know what I mean? There's none of that with rock. It ain't no East Coast rock. You know what I mean? Right, so they already putting us against each other from the start. So you know what I mean? You got to get rid of that mind state. And that's why it's good. Why you think it's weird, it's good to do songs with is an art form at the end, and we get out of that mind state. Is good for all artists that work with each other. You know what I mean? That's why you'll hear me on a Chief Keef I Don't Like remix, because it sounds far-fetched and way out, but it's good to. That's how we gonna separate the gap, and we won't have that problem, and we could get it like rock and have a 60-year-old standing next to her. You know what I'm saying?